Welcome back to the Future Strong podcast. All right, so today we're going to kind of dive into something that's been making a lot of noise lately, and that's gun violence here in the U.S.
Hmm.
And specifically, we're going to be looking at the Surgeon General's decision to declare it a public health crisis, which, obviously, as you can imagine, has kind of kicked up a lot of dust on both sides of the aisle.
Yeah.
So, what's your take on this whole thing? I mean, when we talk about something being a public health crisis, what does that actually mean?
Well, it's a big deal, right? When you slap that label on something,
Yeah.
it's not just about words. It's about changing how we think about it, how we deal with it.
Right.
It can affect where the money for research goes.
Oh, absolutely.
What kind of policies get considered. It's like
Yeah.
hitting the alarm bell and saying, hey, we got to take this seriously.
Absolutely. So let's get into the specifics here. What did the Surgeon General actually say?
So Surgeon General Vivek Murthy, he came right out and said it point-blank gun violence is a public health crisis.
No mincing words.
No, not at all. And, using that phrase, historically, it's been reserved for issues that are affecting a whole population, like a pandemic,
Right.
like the opioid crisis.
Yeah.
When you declare something a public health crisis, it means you're ready to step in and do something big about it.
And as you can imagine, this statement did not exactly go unnoticed, right?
Not at all.
Especially among gun rights advocates.
Right off the bat, you had groups like the National Shooting Sports Foundation. They came out swinging,
Yeah.
accusing the Surgeon General of playing politics.
Of course, yeah.
Especially with an election coming up. Their argument is basically this isn't about public health, it's about votes.
Interesting. And did anyone else jump on that bandwagon?
Oh, yeah. You had Senator Mike Braun. He was pretty vocal about it, saying the Surgeon General was overstepping his boundaries.
Interesting.
Especially because during his confirmation hearings, he kind of downplayed focusing on gun control.
So it sounds like they're saying he's doing a bit of a flip-flop.
Yeah, that's their main point. And of course, this wouldn't be a gun debate without the Second Amendment coming into play, right?
Right, of course.
That's always a big part of these conversations.
Absolutely.
The argument being that any attempt to, regulate guns in any way is an infringement on that fundamental right.
It definitely adds a whole other layer of complexity to the issue.
It does.
But it wasn't all negative, right? I mean, there were people who supported the Surgeon General's stance as well.
Oh, absolutely. You had a lot of lawmakers and public health organizations coming out in strong support.
Yeah.
Congressman Jamie Raskin, for instance, he gave a very powerful speech talking about the devastating impact of gun violence.
Yeah.
Not just on individuals, but on entire communities and families. He stressed the need for action to protect everyone, the collective well-being of the country.
So it really comes down to this kind of clash between individual rights and collective safety.
Yeah, that's the heart of
That's the core of the disagreement.
It is one side emphasizes the right to own guns, self-defense, not wanting the government to overreach.
Right.
The other side focuses on the cost of gun violence, the loss of life, the trauma, the fear it creates.
So where does this leave us? What is the Surgeon General hoping to achieve with this declaration?
Well, I think it's two things. One, raising awareness about the scale of the problem,
Right.
and two, actually doing something about it.
Okay, so what are some of the concrete steps he's proposing?
Well, he's talking about things like putting more money into research to really understand what causes gun violence,
Okay.
supporting programs that work at the community level to prevent it, and putting in place policies that are based on evidence.
Could you maybe give us some examples of the kinds of policies he's talking about?
Sure. Think about other public health crises we've faced.
So,
With tobacco, we saw things like warning labels on cigarette packs, restrictions on advertising taxes to make them more expensive.
right.
With car safety, we have seatbelt laws, stricter penalties for drunk driving. Similar strategies could be applied to gun violence, things like universal background checks, safe storage requirements. Even things like red flag laws, where if someone's considered a danger to themselves or others,
Yeah.
they can temporarily lose access to firearms.
It definitely sounds like a complicated issue with no easy answers.
It is. It's going to take a multifaceted approach,
Right.
one that takes into account all the different viewpoints, but ultimately puts the safety and well-being of everyone first.
And finding that balance, I mean, that's the real challenge.
Especially in such a polarized environment.
Well, this has been a lot to unpack,
Oh.
and it's clear that this is a conversation that's going to continue.
Oh, absolutely.
So thank you for helping us break down this complex issue.
You're welcome.
And to all our listeners out there, thanks for joining us on the Future Strong podcast. We'll see you next time.